Hello everyone and welcome to TD Plays here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, as the Charlotte Independents coming into town to face off against Ottawa Fury FC on this Sunday afternoon. Gordon Smith alongside myself, Tyler McDonald. Thank you so much for joining us today, and what should be a great game here today, Gordon. Ottawa Fury coming off some great form as of late. Charlotte looking to get back in that win column and climb up the table a little bit more. It's been a really tough start for Charlotte, coming in on a 6-game winless streak, 1 win on the season. And they currently sit in 16th place in the Eastern Conference. They will be doing everything possible this afternoon to head back down to the US this afternoon with 3 points in their back pocket. A player that's going to have to be key for Charlotte is Enzo Martinez. He's going to have to create offensively a ton here tonight. Dominic Caduro's on the bench today, so Martinez, as you mentioned, will be looked upon to create. He's got 4 assists on the season. He'll be trying to spring some of the forwards free this afternoon behind this back four of the Ottawa Fury. For Ottawa Fury, it's one of the back four. Carl Howarth, the captain, he's been phenomenal as of late, as usual for Carl Howarth. Really needs to service those balls in properly today. He's been an inspiration on and off the park for years for this Ottawa Fury team, and this season he's just taken his game to another level, dropped back into that right back position. He's up and down the flank, supporting midfield, supporting an attack, can whip in a delicious ball into the box, and his deliveries on set plays are second to none as well. So he's been a terrific player for the Ottawa Fury this season. Lots of others that have been on their game, but doesn't matter what the opposition is. It's all about what the Ottawa Fury do here this afternoon for them to pick up the 3 points. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, AJ Jackie back, Graham Ivory on the call for this one. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at gabrielpizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow.
Christopher!
No. You can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jakubek alongside Graham Ivory as we get set for this one today between Ottawa Fury FC and the Charlotte Independents. And let's have a look right at the starting 11 for both sides, starting with the visiting Charlotte Independents. And the Englishman, Chris Anderson, starts in goal. They go with a 3-4-3 at the back. It's Hassan Endom with Stephen Tico and Hugh Roberts. In midfield, Abdoulaye Mansali, Jay Harmon, Afrim Taku, and Joel Johnson. And up front, Zion Jones, Enzo Martinez, and Nicky Jackson. For Ottawa Fury FC, they go with the traditional 4-3-3 that they've played all season long, with Canadian Callum Irving in goal. Left to right, the back four features Canadian Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, Dakota Barnathan, and then Nana Adekora and Carl Howarth On the right side of that defense, Valfal, Charlie Ward, and Chris Manella in midfield. And then it's Amar Sadic, Moore Sam, and Cristiano Francois up top for Moore Sam. 4 goals on the season, and amazingly enough, that's one off their leader from a year ago. Graham, a pretty good sign of why Ottawa's had a change in fortunes, especially early on in this season.
Yeah, there was so much talk about the offensive support needed for Ottawa Fury FC this year, and I don't think people, when they saw Moore Sam's name on the roster, thought that he was going to be the guy. But 3 straight games Moore Sam has converted for Ottawa Fury FC. See if he can make it 4 here this afternoon. He'll have a new strike partner in Amar Sadic next to him. And this is another player who has lots of promise for Nikola Popovic's side.
Sadic coming over from the Montreal Impact on loan as we are underway at TD Place. Ottawa in their home black and red kits with the black socks and black shorts. And they move left to right in this first half. And it's the all-white kits with the blue numbers for the visiting Charlotte Independents. They move right to left in the opening 45 minutes. Referee today is Matt Suare. His assistants Philippe Betez-Kwesi and Gerard Cater-Lebuy. And it is Miriam Marcotte, the 4th official. As Ottawa in possession, they work it to the right side for the captain, Carl Howarth. 45 seconds in. Fortunately, no penalties in the opening 25 seconds, Graham Ivory.
Nice.
Not to dig any more salt in the wound or anything.
No dig at all.
As it's worked forward towards Cristiano Francois. Takes it in the air, but it's Jake Arman who is able to win possession, and it's played back into the Ottawa half here in the second minute. Fury work it to Dakota Barnathan, now on the left side for Jeremy Gagnon-Laparé. To Charlie Ward. Plays this wide right, just beyond the halfway line. It's Carl Howarth trying to link up with Francois. Now Howarth. And he'll play it back as Manella gets it to Adacora, back to the keeper, Callum Irving. Kevin Oliveira, part of the reason Sadic gets the start here today. Oliveira in training midweek, suffering a leg injury. And he's been in good form, so tough loss there, and hopefully it's not going to be too serious.
Yeah, 3 goals, 2 assists for Oliveira on the season, leads the team with 23 shots.
Here's Moore Sam with a shot, and that goes wide, and first shot goes off target here in the 3rd minute. It will be a goal kick for Charlotte.
Well, 2 teams coming into today's match, kind of completely different ends of the spectrum in terms of not just the standings, but how they performed over the last 5 games. Charlotte with 1 loss, 4 draws to Ottawa's 3 wins and 2 draws. Ottawa 9 goals for, 3 goals against during this impressive run. They've scored in 5 straight games as they look to get close to that club record of 8.
For fans in the United States, tune in to ESPN News on Wednesday, June 5th. It's Wednesday night soccer. OKC Energy traveling to Albuquerque to face the current Western Conference leaders, New Mexico United. That is June 5th, Wednesday night soccer on ESPN News in the United States. And, wow, what an opening season it's been for New Mexico, leading the Western Conference and averaging over 10,000 fans a game. A terrific inaugural season for New Mexico United.
Yeah, it's going right for them on the field and in the stands. It's been some great scenes from Albuquerque early on here in the season for them.
Here's Cristiano Francois for Ottawa as they attack. Howarth, Manella into the middle for Ward. Now Moore Sam. Wide right for Howarth. To Sam. Played forward here towards Francois. Near the byline, gets the cross in. And it is cleared away by Tico as Ottawa wins a throw in the 4th minute, 0-0.
Well, great ball movement along the touchline by Ottawa, and it didn't seem like there was a path, and then a great run by Cristiano Francois. That chance thwarted, but Ottawa still in possession and once again moving the ball very well in the early going.
Ward to Manella, back to Charlie Ward. Manella plays it back to Nana Adacor, and being chased by that high line, he elects to play it safely back to the keeper, Callum Irving. Far touchline, chested down, but not kept in play by Gagnon Laparé, and it will be a Charlotte throw. A reminder that Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Fury push forward just inside the Charlotte half, although Howarth is dispossessed, and it comes to Taku, the Albanian, in midfield. As it goes out for a Charlotte throw. Certainly when you look at some of the experienced players, Enzo Martinez, who's been a very good USL player. You look at guys like Abdoulaye Mansali and Afrim Taku, Joel Johnson, Stephen Tico, Hugh Roberts. I mean, so much experience here. And I would not expect this Charlotte team to stay near the bottom of the table right now, 16th of 18 teams with 8 points in 12 matches. This is a team that I think will finish further up the table by the time the season is done.
Yeah, something is not going right for Jim McGuinness' side in the early going of the season, but then you also look at, we talked about who's in their starting 11, but also look at what's available for them on the bench. You got Dominic Oduro, the Ghanaian, your leading goal scorer. He's got 5 this year. Jorge Herrera, the Colombian, he's got 2. Alex Martinez, he's got, I think, 3 assists so far this season. So still lots available on the bench for the visitors.
Free kick from just beyond 30 yards out for Charlotte. Taken here by Enzo Martinez, and the flag is up for offside as that ball was directed on goal, and it stopped by Callum Irving, but nonetheless wouldn't have counted as the flag was up. 7th minute, 0-0.
Well, when you see 4 white shirts all available to get to that ball first before anyone in black and red, you certainly have to think that someone jumped the gun there, and obviously they did. Offside on that first free kick attempt by the Independents this afternoon.
USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy, which allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. I guess that's /academy. You don't want to forward in your email box and just write academy down. That's not going to work, Graham.
No.
Just to let you know. So free kick here for Charlotte, just inside their own half. 8th minute, still scoreless. So it's played back to Hugh Roberts, into the middle for Tico. Inside the Charlotte half, now Roberts. Goes into the air, it's flicked on towards Joel Johnson, but Ottawa wins it back, Sejdic. And it goes out off Sam. It will be a Charlotte throw. Johnson will take this. Played in, and it's taken here by Sejdic, who's knocked down, and Charlotte gains possession. Nicky Jackson plays it across, but the return ball, the flag is up. And this will be another offside against Charlotte. The Independents not happy about it. Well, the flag was up.
No, the flag was up, but I don't know, they let play carry on, but
nonetheless, it was an Ottawa throw, and Charlotte regained control. It's closing down Hugh Roberts. Foul. Now Barnathan ahead towards Cristiano Francois. Referee called off the foul, which was actually, that's why the flag was raised, and the referee overruling his assistant on that occasion, Matt Suare. Nonetheless, 10th minute, 0-0.
Great idea on that last play by Dakota Barnathan. He saw Francois making a quick run through the middle, and a heads-up play by the Fury defender to send that one over the top.
Charlotte playing it back to their English keeper, Curtis Anderson, 7 years in the youth academy with Manchester City. Now it's Tico. Plays it forward and comes to Joel Johnson on the right. Ball coming towards Jones, the American under-20 international. Now Taku. Back to Tico. Cross this back three for Endom. Trying to spring Jones on the right. Chests it down, working against Gagnon Lapare. We get some help here from Sadic, but Johnson wins that second ball. Joel Johnson for Jones. 2 red shirts in his face. Comes back to Taku. Plays it into the 18-yard box. It's crossed, but cleared by Ward. Charlotte still in possession. Nice footwork by Armin, but Ottawa wins it back, and it's sent forward here by Manella, as Charlotte will gain control through Curtis Anderson, their keeper. 11th minute, 0-0.
Yeah, good ball movement there by the Independents as they continue to threaten Ottawa with that high pressure. And then Manila with the interception, but unfortunately his ball for Francois far too heavy for him to get on the end of.
You can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your team and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Let's go down pitch side and hear from Tyler McDonald.
Thank you very much, AJ. And down here between the benches, just seems on both sides very unorganized. Charlotte, a lot of coaching coming from Jim McGinnis on the sideline, trying to figure out where to position his squad members on the field to react to Ottawa Fury bringing the ball up the field. For Nikola Popovic, a lot of the same when Charlotte is coming attacking, feels his team is a little bit panicky right now and trying to settle his team down and get them positioned properly. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler. Played into the air and headed by Charlotte defender Hugh Roberts. Chasing after it is Jones. He's got good pace, and that forces the keeper, Callum Irving, to come off his line. That was very smart play there from Callum Irving to ensure that Jones didn't end up clear to goal. And after a quick throw, Ottawa's going to concede a corner here in the 13th minute.
It's not often they get a ball up in Otto's club.
I was going to say, not far from us here in the south side upper deck. Mansali will take this corner, far corner flag. And it'll be a left-footed in-swinger. Unless they play it short to Enzo Martinez. Mansali with the delivery. Headed towards goal, and it's 1-0 Charlotte. A free header from 6 yards out, and Charlotte has the 1-0 advantage. And it is the defender Hugh Roberts with the goal in the 14th minute.
Well, his first goal of the season, but Hugh Roberts gets that 6'4" frame up and heads that one past Callum Irving, as Nana Arakora just couldn't manage the big center back who got in behind him. And a great delivery to put the visitors up here 1-0 through 14 minutes.
And Charlotte has certainly come out in the first quarter of an hour, and you can't say they haven't earned this early 1-goal advantage. As Ottawa looks to answer back. Foul now to Charlie Ward. Wide right, it's Carl Howarth looking to spring Francois, but it goes out for a Charlotte throw. Again, just looking at this roster right from the outset, you expected better than what you normally would from a 16th place side.
Well, it's no different. This is the second week in a row that Ottawa's taking on a side that doesn't look good in the standings, but when you look at what they have on paper, you think this has to be a better team, and you saw that last week in Hartford. Yes, they're an expansion side, but when you look at the experience that's in that roster, you know they have to be a better team, and they were a much better team against Ottawa Fury FC, and that's why Ottawa left Hartford with just the single point. Fast forward to this afternoon, same thing. Charlotte, for whatever reason, hasn't been able to get things to click right through their opening 12 fixtures, but on paper, this should be a much better team, and we're seeing that now through 16 minutes today.
Here's Jones, who's creating all sorts of havoc with his pace. Good tackle inside the penalty area. Gagnon Lapare. But it will be another Charlotte corner now in the 16th minute, already leading 1-0. And Mansally will come across and deliver again, and why not? His delivery was terrific on the opening goal. A set piece worked to perfection with Hugh Roberts banging it in from 6 yards out with a free header. Here's the left-footed delivery from the same spot, and it goes beyond Callum Irving, headed away by Adekora. Barnathan trying to clear, couldn't get it beyond Armin. Now it's sent in with a cross, and it is Callum Irving who's able to scoop it up, but a problematic opening 16 minutes for Ottawa, down 1-0.
Yeah, well, this time it was Endom who had the opportunity, but he couldn't hit it cleanly. Another good delivery from Abdoulaye Mansally.
Fury working it to Nana Adekora. Sends it forward and headed back by Endom. Now it comes to Manella. Wide right for Carl Howarth. Into the middle, Val Fowl, lots of space. Now to Moore Sam, edge of the area. Back to Fowl. Gets it onto his right foot and plays it wide left, Gagnon Lapare. Ward takes it from Gagnon Lapare. Sadic, center circle for Adekora. Now to Cristiano Francois, and his ball is intercepted. Taken here by Zion Jones, and he wins a free kick for Charlotte. And we've got our first yellow card of the match going to Nana Adekora, as it was Nikki Jackson who was sprung by Zion Jones and then fouled. So Adekora, the first player to be booked today here in the 18th minute with a yellow card.
Well, Charlotte continue to attack with plenty of pace and sending Nikki Jackson forward between the two Fury center backs who are quite high up the pitch, and probably a smart foul for Adekora to take.
Here's Sam now inside the Charlotte half. His ball for Francois. Got one touch and then it rolled away from him. As it's cleared back into the Ottawa half. The flag is up for offside. Reminder for our viewers in the United States, you can follow the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus, and you can watch the championship live every week. Sign up today in the United States at espnplus.com. 19th minute, Fury trailing 1-0 at home to Charlotte. They're in possession as Fowl moves it for Nana Adekora inside the Ottawa half. Launches this forward towards Moore Sam, goes over his head, and Endom will just shepherd this out for a goal kick for the Independents.
Well, it's been too easy for Charlotte inside 20 minutes now. Defensively, they haven't had to deal with very much. Cristiano Francois has certainly had some opportunities down that right side, but when you look at that back line that Charlotte has, that's 6'4" in Hugh Roberts, 6'4" in Hassan Ndam, and the experienced Steven Tico, a Frenchman who've done quite well through 20 minutes against Ottawa. When you look at Charlotte, well, 12 games into this season for them, today's number 13, they've conceded 21 goals, scoring at a rate of a goal per game with 12, but that 21 against certainly showing that there's been some defensive errors in the early part of this season.
Yeah, plenty of time for Ottawa to mount a challenge, but just a little off in the first 20 minutes. Passes a little off. We've seen some unforced errors. We've seen heavy touch a couple of times. We'll see if they can get back to playing the way they have throughout the bulk of the first 10 games of this season, as the flag is up for offside against Cristiano Francois, and Charlotte will gain possession once more.
Getting a second look at that. That was a very fine line for offside on Francois.
Sit down for a note on the Charlotte Independence. Here is our pitch side reporter, Tyler McDonald.
Thank you very much, AJ. And instructions coming from Jim McGinnis on the Charlotte sidelines, and the big one is to press hard upfield on the back four of Ottawa Fury. There's a sense on the Charlotte sideline that the back four of Fury aren't that confident right now in holding the ball and passing it, so they're trying to get the high line, put high press, kind of Fury-esque style from what we've seen from them this season. But once Fury get back to the midfield, they drop back hard, the front three, or pardon me, the front two of Charlotte. So interesting so far from Charlotte, and Fury will have to adjust going into the latter parts of this game. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler. It's another Charlotte free kick inside the Fury half. Enzo Martinez will step up to take this near touchline. Just inside 30 yards. Here's the right-footed delivery. Comes to the edge of the area for Nicky Jackson. Working against Adekora. His cross cleared away. Interesting, I mean, joked about it off the top, but you just look at how players have to defend now. You look at how Nana Adekora was defending right there. Arms behind his back. And that's the reality, especially with VAR. I know it's not implemented yet in USL, but in so many leagues, as it's played back to Callum Irving and he launches this back into the Charlotte half, that's one of the things that defenders are going to have to play that way a lot more, with their arms behind their backs in their own penalty areas. You're going to have instances where players are going to intentionally shoot at players' hands and arms just to try and win penalties.
Yeah, it's always been tough, and it can be such a subjective thing to call for an official, and as you mentioned, you don't have VAR at this level yet, but you know it's coming at some point. But even then, as you say, you can competitive advantage, if you will. If you see that arm hanging out, you know a player is going to try and poke a ball towards it.
Here's Val Fowl, middle of the park, pushes us forward, edge of the area for Cristiano Francois with the turn. He elects to give it a go and forces a save out of Anderson. Comes down to Carl Howarth, trying to cut inside. Now with a cross, that deflects out, and Ottawa's best offensive movement of the match so far in the 24th minute leads to a corner.
That was some sweet footwork by Cristiano Francois as he fakes his man out so he's able to get a clean shot on goal. Tremendous move by the Haitian for Ottawa.
Right-footed outswinger coming in from Carl Howarth from the near corner flag here in the 25th minute. Set piece opportunity for Ottawa Fury as they put 5 players inside the 18-yard box of Charlotte. Here's the delivery from Howarth. Atakura just couldn't get to it. It's cleared. But Ottawa still in possession. Charlie Ward. Halfway line. Pushes it back. Manella now to Gagnon Laparé. Trying to pick out Francois, but misses him. And once again, it'll be shepherded out of play by Endom for a Charlotte goal kick, as we've now played 25 minutes here at TD Place. Charlotte leading Ottawa Fury FC 1-0, courtesy of a 14th minute header by Hugh Roberts.
Well, you can tell that Ottawa's target guy in the early goings of today's fixture is Cristiano Francois. 2 goals, 2 assists, and from what we've seen from him in the last 5 games of this unbeaten run for the Fury, he gets better, it seems, with every game and bringing so much pace down that right channel, and you see it here once again.
Here's Francois down the right side, looks to get the cross in, and Sadic was waiting about 8 yards out. It's cleared out for an Ottawa throw, taken quickly. Here's Howarth. Beats one defender. Looking to beat a second. And it will be a Charlotte throw. Endom will get this in play for Charlotte. Really impressed with that back three of Endom, Tico, and Roberts today.
Yeah, they've been very solid, and when you look at kind of Charlotte's lineup, there's been certainly some movement over the course of the last number of games as they try and find something that works right for them, but certainly Tico and Roberts have been mainstays in that back three that they play with.
Foul now to Gagnon Laparé. A touch from Barnathan to Charlie Ward. Here's Manella now to Atakura. Charlie Ward. Just beyond the halfway line. Manella wide left for Gagnon Laparé. Chested down. Charlie Ward. For Gagnon Laparé, and Johnson forces him, but Ward comes across to support and regains possession quickly as Barnathan plays it across for his partner in central defense, and Atakura.
Well, it's smart defense by Charlotte because it's starting 2/3 of the way up the pitch with their attacking players because they're putting pressure on Ottawa's back line, and they know that that's worked so well for the Fury this season, moving the ball out from their back line. They have guys that can move the ball. Charlie Ward drops in there. Dakota Barnathan's been strong at it. They like to activate Howarth and Gagnon Laparé.
Mansali now with a run down the left and trying to pick out his man in the middle, but Irving again had to be sharp to scoop that up, coming out well beyond his line to ensure that there was no danger.
And Zion Jones is down on that left side, and when he first went down, you could hear him screaming in pain, trying to see if it looks like if it's his ankle that he's grabbing or his foot.
So they'll attend to Zion Jones here in the 29th minute. He is sitting up now, at least.
Yeah, it looked like he got the heel of the boot from Chris Manella across the top of the foot.
Any adjustments you think Nikola Popovic needs to make at this stage? 30th minute down a goal.
Well, they're certainly going to have to adjust to that high line of pressure that Charlotte's putting on their defense, and it's going to be just moving that ball a bit quicker. And Popovich this week, talked about the need to attack with pace and how it can make Ottawa that much more dangerous. And they've been doing that through Cristiano Francois, and now Chris Manella picks up a yellow card following that challenge. So I guess they came back on it. They must have seen it when it did occur, but was waiting for the play to stop.
Here's more Sam now as Ottawa pushes forward now to Sadic. Got a touch, but unable to maintain control, and it goes out for a goal kick. We've now played a half hour here at TD Place. Ottawa Fury FC 0, Charlotte Independence 1 on that 14th minute goal from Hugh Roberts. And as you mentioned, Chris Manella booked. Nana Atakura also on a yellow card here in this first half for Ottawa.
And a bit more patience from Ottawa in the attacking third. Not seeing as much possession. We were seeing that in maybe the early 10, 12 minutes, but certainly haven't seen it in the last close to 20 minutes now from Ottawa. It's just trying to get that ball into Cristiano Francois, hit them on the counter, and sure, you're Charlotte's stretching themselves, but
Charlotte attacking as they get it into Enzo Martinez. Manella harries him and comes now to Foul. He battles with Martinez, and Martinez goes down and draws the foul.
Well, and there's another player that I think really needs to have a strong game for Ottawa here this afternoon, now trailing 1-0, is Val Fall, because when you look at what he's done when this player is switched on, and again, another player who's been very strong in this 5-game unbeaten run for Fury FC, especially when you get him into more of that attacking part of their game, he can be so dangerous for them.
Off the free kick, it's headed over the bar. Good delivery again from Mansali. Charlotte thought that it went off Atakura last, but Hugh Roberts went up for it, looking for his second goal here today. So it goes out now for an Ottawa throw. Barnathan. Back to Callum Irving. Plays it towards the halfway line, over the head of Howarth. Charlotte wins possession. Armin moves it down the left side. Mansali. Ball goes out, and it will be an Ottawa throw. Now off Manella last. It'll be a Charlotte throw. .14 degrees. The rain was prevalent all day, and it did stop before game time, so I guess this would be pleasant April weather, but not quite what you want to see in early June in Ottawa. As this goes out for a Charlotte throw. Do we have a meteorologist in our crew today? Apparently Tyler McDonald's got a weather update. Tyler.
Yeah, AJ, I just want to let you know the sun's come out here at the field level, and it feels like 35 degrees down here. It is boiling. I'm trying to sweat through my suit right now.
Okay, you sound like a Canadian now. It's not even 60 degrees for those watching in Charlotte. They'd be wearing, they don't call them toques, they'd be wearing knit hats. Going to the Charlotte Checkers game. Going to see the Checkers play the Chicago Wolves in their knit hats in this type of weather. Did you know they're in the Calder Cup final, Graham Ivory?
I did know that, only because it was in my Twitter feed last night.
Good crowd in Charlotte at the Bojangles Coliseum. Have you ever had Bojangles, Graham Ivory?
Can't say I have,
Oh,
AJ.
they've got good biscuits. 35th minute throw here for Charlotte. As Atakura gets a foot in, plays it into the air. It's headed back into the Ottawa half, and Atakura back in control. Now to Howarth. Here's Cristiano Francois. Into the middle, it's foul for Ward. Foul. To Charlie Ward. Now to Chris Manella. Has some space. Plays it across. It gets to Sadic. 25 yards out. Foul. Good ball here. It's Gagnon Lapare into Sam. 3 white shirts in his face. Comes back. Foul with a shot. And a terrific left-footed strike. It's foul in the 36th minute. And Ottawa's on the board. We're tied 1-1.
Well, that's exactly what Ottawa needed to do, AJ. Patience in the attacking third. Fantastic ball movement. And the patience by Sam after a great ball in from Gagnon Lapare. Leaves it off for Fall after Sam had drawn a crowd of 4 white shirts. And he finishes it off back post to tie this game at 1.
Terrific strike from 20 yards out. And the German Foul connects and finishes a great attacking sequence for Ottawa Fury. Certainly deserved the goal with the quality on display there. And we're tied 1-1, 37th minute, and that should give this Ottawa team some confidence after a bit of a slow start today against a very hungry Charlotte side.
Third goal of the season for Foul. Third assist of the season for Sam. But just some tremendous ball movement, and a lot of it was really started.
Oh, can they get another one here as it comes to Sam with a right-footed effort, and it's 2-1 Ottawa as Charlotte with chaos at the back, and Sam finds the loose ball in the 37th minute, just moments after the equalizer. 2-1 Fury.
Well, you weren't kidding about the momentum shift there. A horrible defensive error by the Charlotte Independents. Sam gets his 4th goal of the season. He's now scored in 4 straight games for Fury FC, and they've turned this one on its head. 2-1 Ottawa, and a terrible way for it to come apart for the Charlotte Independents. And I don't know the stat off the top of my head, AJ, but that could well be the fastest 2 goals in Fury history.
Well, it's a different game now, as just like that, Ottawa Fury with the 2-1 lead. Interesting, you look at goal scorers. And last year in USL play, this is not overall, but in USL play, Tony Taylor, Steven DeSantos, and Kevin Oliveira all scored 4. Sam has 5. That's an indication of A, how good Sam has been, and B, well, wasn't the greatest offensive season a year ago for Ottawa Fury, but that's a distant memory right now for Ottawa. And a different side for sure. Playing the type of football that Nikola Popovic certainly promised when he arrived here. Attractive, free-flowing, possession-oriented football, and football that would lead to more goals across the board. Ottawa with 15 now in their 11 games. Yet not conceding, which was the strength last year with Maxime Crépeau and, of course, a strong back 4, and that hasn't changed. I think that's the big thing, right? You don't want to all of a sudden be conceding goals left, right, and center, and that hasn't been the case this year. Here's Charlie Ward as Ottawa looks for blood, already up 2-1 here in the 40th minute. Now a foul free kick given Charlotte's way. Zion Jones plays it down the right. Joel Johnson, great tackle. Setting that out of touch is Dakota Barnathan. And it will be a Charlotte throw, far touchline. And you just get the sense. Ottawa, just like that, playing with a lot more confidence, going from 1-0 down to 2-1 up over the course of a minute. There's Mansali for Charlotte. He will win an Independence corner. And it'll be Enzo Martinez who takes this near corner flag. 41st minute. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger from Martinez. And Charlotte pushes 6 players into the Ottawa Fury penalty area. Here's the delivery from Martinez. Irving comes flying out. It is cleared away. As it comes to Taku. Good cross, and that had to be dealt with. More Sam heads it forward, and he goes down as didn't head it properly. I think that's what happened. Headed it off the wrong part of his head. He went down in pain. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Maybe off his Adam's apple. We'll wait and see, and hopefully more Sam's going to be okay here in the 42nd minute with Ottawa leading 2-1.
Well, my quick bit of research, AJ, shows that don't know the kind of breakdown of total seconds here, but the fastest goals in Fury history came September 22nd of 2015 against the New York Cosmos in New York when Ottawa won that match 4-1. It was an own goal from Carlos Mendez in the 77th minute, and then Tom Heineman scored in the 78th. Yeah, you see that replay. I'm really not sure what just like strained the neck.
Yeah.
Like the throat area. Never seen something like that before.
Anyways, looks like he's okay, more Sam, and he's ready to come back onto the pitch here shortly. And there he is. So it's 11 v 11, 43rd minute, 2-1 Ottawa Fury. Charlotte works it forward, and Johnson plays it high into the air. Zion Jones trying to win it beyond Barnathan, but comes to Callum Irving, and he'll scoop it up. Gagnon Lapare. High into the air. It comes into the Ottawa half, won by Dakota Barnathan. Now to Cristiano Francois. Looks to turn with that great pace of his down the right channel. 2 white shirts in his face, so he elects to play it back to Carl Howarth. Now Manella to Ward. Back to Howarth. Into the middle, Sadich for Manella. Foul, wide left. It's Gagnon Lapare. To Foul. Safe play back to Barnathan. Now to Gagnon Lapare, halfway line. Sadich, now to more Sam. He gets away from Johnson and plays it back into his own half, Barnathan. Across for Nana Adekora, now Carl Howarth. Down the right side, it's Cristiano Francois. And he's cut down, and that'll be a free kick for Ottawa about 40 yards from goal. And they take it quickly as it comes to Francois. Stops on a dime. Now with the cross, trying to pick out Sam. It comes back, and on the volley, Now Foul already with one terrific strike here today. Looking for an even better one there, but misses the target.
Well, his eyes lit up when he saw that ball sit up for him as he was running through. And you could see he was disappointed that he didn't hit it cleanly with that left foot. One of the things I was looking at before this game, AJ, and there's some great statistical breakdowns on the USL Championship website. Coming into today's match, Ottawa 13 goals this season, 12 from inside the box, 1 outside. Well, one came from inside the penalty area today, the other one on the lip of it, but 13 now of their 15 goals coming from inside the penalty area, and that was an area where they really struggled to generate offense last year. So great again to see this change from the club this year.
2 minutes of stoppage time as Carl Howarth plays it inside the 6-yard box, and no one dealt with it. And just like that, after it took a bounce about 3 yards from goal, it is cleared out for an Ottawa corner.
It's remarkable to see how these 2 goals have changed Charlotte defensively, because they were so sharp and crisp inside the opening half hour of this game. But that goal from Fall and then the follow-up from Moore Sam has really changed things.
So a right-footed in-swinger from Carl Howarth, far corner flag, and it went towards goal. Getting a palm to it was Anderson, as Ottawa's just been relentless in the last 10 minutes.
And that was labeled for the back post. A great delivery from the Ottawa captain.
It'll be a Charlotte throw now, as we're into the 2nd minute of stoppage time here in this first half. Fury leading 2-1 on those back-to-back goals from Val Fowl and Moore Sam. Are we going to have any other single-syllable names, both first and last, score a goal for Ottawa today? Only a few shorten it to Chuck Ward from Charlie, I guess. Free kick given Charlotte's way. Moore Sam called for the foul deep in the Charlotte half.
I somehow don't think he'd like that.
Well, I think he'd like the goal, would he not?
Well, no, yes, the goal, yes. Chuck Ward, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well.
That's the only other possibility here.
I got you.
Well, 62% possession for Ottawa Fury FC, 85% passing percentage, and after Charlotte really came out flying in the opening quarter of an hour, Fury really took over and got those 2 quick goals to take a 2-1 lead at halftime. Let's head down and hear from Nikola Popovic with Tyler McDonald.
After that massive swing of emotions and momentum in this first half.
I think we didn't start well the match. Of course, we considered the goal from a set play, but however, the possession wasn't the one that we want to have. It was a lot on our half, and we want to be on their half making possession. However, after the goal, the team was able to settle down, to calm down, and we started to play more, and we were able to bring 2 more goals. And I think it was a fantastic comeback.
Charlotte's been playing a very high pressing line to your back four. How are you adjusting to that in the second half? Because it seems to be causing a little bit of uncomfortable for your back four there.
Yeah, they know they have to make the evaluation between safety and risk. There are moments that you just cannot play these balls because the field is a little bit slippery today because of the rain. So we have to be careful not to lose the ball in our build-up. And then when we are on their half, then we can play and then we can really create spaces and create chances.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
And there's Tyler McDonald with Nikola Popovic. You saw Mark Slubin in the background, too. He finds a way to get in every shot, doesn't he, Graham Ivory? Nonetheless, 2-1 Ottawa Fury FC at halftime over Charlotte. Coming up next, it's our halftime show. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
Very, very long journey. This is a league match. We set some pretty lofty expectations for results this year, did we not? Okay.
Getting here, okay, is a good place to be. And now, what you guys need to do is take it that one step further.
Family, boys! Family, family, family!
Yeah.
Into the box, a strike, and a goal.
Welcome back inside TD Place. Ottawa Fury FC leading 2-1 over the Charlotte Independents. It's halftime here. Graham Ivory alongside Gordon Smith as we have a look at some of the news and notes from around the league. Well, Cardiff City set to play a pair of games against USL Championship clubs. They'll be facing off against San Antonio FC and, of course, USL Championship newcomers New Mexico United, who are off to a fantastic start this season. And yes, it's still early going in the season, Gord, but a coaching change already at Loudoun as Ryan Martin takes over as the new head coach at Loudoun United FC. And there are 10 USL Championship sides that have advanced to the fourth round of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. And of course, this side of the border, the Canadian Championship already well underway with the League One Ontario side. Well, Vaughan's out now, as is the PLSQ side as well. So it's just Canadian Premier League clubs battling it out to get to the next round, where Ottawa Fury FC will await their opponent, and then the MLS teams will join in the round thereafter. As we have a look at the USL Championship scoreboard from over the weekend. 4-0 New York, a convincing win over Bethlehem. Hartford and North Carolina playing to a 1-1 draw. The Tampa Bay Rowdies continue to bolster their lead atop the Eastern Conference with a 2-0 victory away to Birmingham. And Louisville City 4-1 over the Charleston Battery, and that's a side that Ottawa is chasing here this afternoon. 3 points could pull Ottawa into fifth spot with Louisville. They could equal Indy 11 for fourth, but they're going to have to make up the goal difference as you have a look at the tables. Of course, that does not include the 3 points that potentially are there for Ottawa Fury FC, but they've got that +5 goal difference. They need to be above +7 to leapfrog Indy for fourth on the day. But again, it's just packed, Gord. You look really shift, and more Sam put Ottawa Fury FC ahead 2-1. We'll be back to with some first half analysis as our halftime continues from TD Place. Ottawa Fury FC leading the Charlotte Independents by a 2-1 score. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Something with
Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow.
Christopher!
No. You can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. 2-1 Ottawa leading through 45 minutes as we have a look at the highlights from that first half. And Gord, we were talking about it in the previous segment. It was not a promising start from Ottawa Fury FC.
And there we see Callum Irving, as we mentioned, just getting caught behind Carl Haworth. Can't get out to the ball, takes a couple of steps back. He's in no man's land. The ball flashes into the back of the net. Good, powerful header. But I thought if he wasn't able to get to that ball in the first place, he may have been able to get it cleared away.
And Cristiano Francois with some nifty footwork. He was one of the main target guys for Ottawa in the early going of that first half. But really nothing for Ottawa to show until Vol Fall pulled things level.
Well, look how skilled. I mean, we talked about it off air. I mean, a lot of strikers in that case would have tried to take a shot himself. He realises, falls in a far better position. What a finish, though. Right into the bottom right-hand corner. Wipes his foot around the ball. And this is the one. There's no reason that 2 defenders should be going for the same ball against the one striker who's about 4 inches shorter than him, Graham. Why they go together? They collide. The goalkeeper can't get his hands on it. And it's stroked into the back of the net. Moore Sam with a goal and an assist here inside the first 45 minutes.
When you're hot, you're hot. And, sometimes you need bounces to go your way. And Moore Sam coming into today had scored in 3 straight games. Well, now make it 4 for Moore Sam, who has Ottawa in front through 45 minutes here at TD Place with second half action about to get underway.
Yeah, looking forward to this second half. And for Ottawa Fury FC, they continue to go with the 4-3-3. Callum Irving in goal. Gagnon Lapare, Barnathan, Adekora, and Haworth at the back. Fowl, Ward, and Manella in midfield. Sadic, Sam, and Francois up top. It's the 3-4-3 for Charlotte with Curtis Anderson in goal. Endom, Tico, Roberts, your back 3. And Sally, Arman, Taku, and Johnson in midfield. And Jones, Martinez, and Jackson are your front 3 for Charlotte. Should mention the available subs for the Independents. Their backup keeper is Brandon Miller. They also have Aaron Mond, Alex Martinez, Dominic Oduro, and Jorge Herrera. Have to think Oduro at some point will come into the mix. He's got a lot of teams in MLS, including Toronto FC and Montreal Impact. Played for 8 different sides in Major League Soccer, the Ghanaian. For Ottawa Fury, you've got the backup keeper, David Monsalve, and the other 6 available subs, Onwo Obasi, Aiden Daniels, Jamar Dixon, Thomas Mayer-Jaguar, Prote Mutumbala, and Jaden Vilfort as well. Ottawa wearing their black and red home kits with the black shorts and black socks, and they will move right to left in this second half. Charlotte in their all-white kits with the blue numbers will move left to right. As the keeper, Curtis Anderson, getting attended to at the bench. Some equipment issues, and that's all straightened out. He'll run back towards his goal. And
he had the wrong colors on. The Under Armour has to match. It didn't.
So we're set to go, and Ottawa with possession to start the second half. Adekora's ball broken up, but Ottawa gets it back. Good work by Endom to win it on the left, and it will be a Charlotte throw. Reminder, you can, in the United States, tune into ESPN News on Wednesday, June 5th. It's Wednesday Night Soccer. OKC Energy against New Mexico United. This one in Albuquerque. It's Wednesday Night Soccer, June 5th on ESPN News in the United States. Carl Haworth wins a throw for Ottawa inside the Fury half. Certainly, I think the one thing they could have learned from the early parts of that first half, no complacency. You're up 2-1, but this is a Charlotte team that was able to create some opportunities in the first part of that first half. So I think they know they still have their work cut out to pick up 3 points here today. And boy, that would be 3 valuable points. As a shot here blocked. Zion Jones trying to get that on target from 25 yards out as it comes back to Mansali. And he wins a corner as Manella plays it off the corner flag and out.
Well, and for Charlotte, you go into the dressing room, and you have to think Jim McGinnis would just say to them, "Look, guys, what we did in the first 30 minutes, let's just do this for the last 45," because really Charlotte was doing everything right in that game in the opening half hour until Val Fall pulled things level, and then everything went in Fury's favor.
Off the corner, it's a cross here, free header, and a big save by Callum Irving, although the flag is up. But nonetheless, Nicky Jackson with the free header, and Irving dealt with that even if the flag wasn't to come up, but it is offside against Charlotte.
Well, this team, as we saw in that first half, they do have the ability to threaten on these set pieces, and when you've got some big center backs like Hugh Roberts and another defender and Hassan Ndam, who's both at 6'4", those big frames forward certainly causes some grief for the Fury defenders. A foul called here on Moore Sam.
Good work by Nana Adekora to clear this for a Charlotte throw. Ottawa came into play today in 8th in USL East. 18 teams, of course, on both sides, but with a win today, they would be level on points with both Indy and Louisville. They would be ahead of Louisville on goal difference, and if they win by 2, they would have equal goal difference, but more goals for than Indy 11, with both having 21 points in 11 matches, so they would move into the top 4, 1 back of Nashville with 2 games in hand, 2 back of New York Red Bulls 2 with 2 games in hand, and then Tampa's really running away with things right now. The Rowdies with 29 points in 13 games, so Ottawa could at least cut that gap down to 8 points with 2 games in hand, but nonetheless, top 4 at stake, and even if they only win by 1, they would sit in 5th, just behind Indy on goal difference. So this would be a huge 3 points today if Ottawa can pull it off, but still lots of soccer to be played as we're about to enter the 50th minute here at TD Place. This will be an Ottawa throw inside their own half. The goals were 89 seconds apart in the first half for Ottawa Fury. A 36th minute goal from Val Fowl and a 37th minute goal from Moore Sam. Hugh Roberts scored to open things up for Charlotte as Ottawa wins a throw. It's Gagnon Laparé. Now to Ward. Plays it back to Dakota Barnathan. Jeremy Gagnon Laparé. Flicked on towards Sam by Sadic, and now Sadic closes down his man, concedes a throw to Charlotte inside the Independence half. Played in for Taku and comes across for Endom. Concedes possession cheaply, and Ottawa in possession center circle. It's Carl Howarth. Looked like he was grabbed, and yeah, they do call a free kick, and that's going to be a dissent for sure. A yellow card going against Zion Jones, and he better calm himself or he might get another one. So the first player to be booked on the Charlotte side, Zion Jones, the American under-20 international. Gets a yellow card here. I don't know what he's complaining about. He clearly grabbed his jersey.
He was incensed with the call, and Even Enzo Martinez has had to been told that that was enough from Matt Suare. And we know that he can be a bit hot under the collar. We've seen that before with him here at TD Place as part of the Charlotte Independence.
Ward now to Howarth. Sends it ahead to Cristiano Francois. Edge of the penalty area. Links up with Moore Sam. Knocked away. Carl Howarth trying to close down his man Mansali. And Val Fowles able to win a free kick for Ottawa. Middle of the park, about 40 yards out. For Ottawa, they go to Pittsburgh next Saturday to take on Bob Lilly's Riverhounds, their next home game. 2 weeks from yesterday as they take on Memphis 901. That'll be a 7 o'clock start as they transition. Hopefully we transition to summer-like temperatures by that point. But transfer into summer evening game mode before Charleston plays here on the 26th of June.
Don't forget the Cap City Cup in there as well.
And that'll be an opportunity to see some of the younger players in particular play for Ottawa Fury FC as Montreal Impact come to town. Players like Jaden Vilford, who's on the bench here today, young 19-year-old.
Yeah, that'll be a Tuesday night game, the 18th of June. 7 o'clock here as the Montreal Impact come to town for the second time in as many years for the Cap City Cup. Of course, the Impact winning it last year.
I've got July 10th and 24th circled on my calendar for the start of the Canadian Championship for Ottawa Fury this year. It's an expanded competition with the 7 CPL clubs involved. They're down to the kind of round of 16 stage, although you don't have 16 teams left, so it's maybe not the proper term for it. I think it's called the second qualifying stage right now, but bottom line, that'll be the quarterfinal stage, and Ottawa will play in Halifax or Winnipeg on July 10th and then home to either Valor or the Wanderers on the 24th. So that'll be exciting with, of course, the winner to play Toronto FC in the semifinals. As Charlotte with a free kick, they work it back here to Taku. Into the middle, good work by Charlie Ward as he wins it away from Jake Arman. Now it's sent out, and it will be an Ottawa throw. But certainly that'll be an added level of intrigue to the competition this year, and especially with what transpired in the offseason with Ottawa Fury not getting sanctioned originally by CONCACAF, and they're kind of public enemy number one in CPL. So I think that certainly will draw some interest when you get to the quarterfinal stage for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to the Canadian Championship this season, and when you look at what Ottawa has achieved in the last couple of years in the Canadian Championship, going away to Vancouver, not getting a result, twice going away to Toronto, not getting the result that they needed. You'd like to think with the team that they have in place this year, the way that they're playing, that they could certainly give Toronto FC a run for their money. But before they could get to that stage, they have to contend with either Valor or Halifax coming up next month.
That's great work. Down the far touchline, Cristiano Francois, but recovering his end-on to win it back away from him. Boy, with Francois and Sam, they wow you at least a couple of times a game. And here's Sam, now to Sadic. Comes back to Sam, left-footed drive, and more Sam has his second today. cartwheels and backflips for his 6th goal of this USL season in the 56th minute. 3-1 Ottawa.
Well, this is some kind of player. And Moore Sam is showing that he is the striker that Ottawa has long sought after. Again, great movement by Ottawa. Great one-touch passing, and Moore Sam with the clinical finish from the top of the 18 to put Ottawa ahead 3-1.
Wow, terrific stuff from Moore Sam. Terrific stuff down the right from Cristiano Francois. So we're going to see a substitution here as well, as Aiden Daniels has come into the game. And he's replaced Amar Sadic. So there's the first substitution of today's match. Well, the Senegalese striker certainly moving from Senegal to France to Norway. Played at Tromsø, the top division in Norway. And he has found a home here in Ottawa. It's an Ottawa throw. Launched into the Charlotte half, and here comes Moore Sam again, now on the right side for Cristiano Francois. 2 white shirts in his way, plays it back to Val Fowl. Now on the left, Charlie Ward, and Ward will keep it in now to Gagnon Laparé. Val Fowl. Now Charlie Ward. Comes back to Nana Adekora through Barnathan. On the right, Carl Howarth. Good ball forward. Here's Aiden Daniels, and he's pushed. And we have got
to be a red card.
A red card. As Charlotte is down to 10 men. Aiden Daniels got in behind the defense. And it looks like the free kick is going to be just outside the penalty area. And it's Joel Johnson who receives his marching orders. Foul definitely occurred outside the penalty area. So the day just got that much more difficult for Charlotte here in the 60th minute. Already down 3-1, and now they're down to 10 men as Joel Johnson heads towards the bench.
Well, and now the game of who gets to take it. You could see both Carl Howarth and Val Fowl having conversations as to who's going to let this one fly, and Moore Sam also in there looking to become the first ever Fury player to record a hat-trick. Plenty who have scored twice in a game. We've had players from opposing teams come in here and net a hat-trick, but never an Ottawa player. Howarth has taken himself out of there. Sam and Fall standing over this one.
Well, it is a better angle for Val Fowl. And he will give it a go. Oh, what an effort towards the top corner, and a nice fingertip save to keep it out and concede the corner from Curtis Anderson.
Needed a little bit more pace, but great precision from Val Fall. And great reaction from the young 18-year-old keeper, Curtis Anderson, to flip that one over the bar.
There will be a second substitution here coming up shortly for Ottawa. But first, a Fury corner. It's Aiden Daniels. Able to win it after briefly conceding possession. As Daniels skips past another defender towards the byline. Aiden Daniels now to foul. More Sam and what he thought was an offside position. That's why he didn't play the ball, and the flag never came up. But it will be Fury possession. Howarth takes it from Manella. Looks like Obasi's going to come on for Manella. Ward. Daniels pushes forward as Val takes over and moves it wide right. And Howarth does everything he can to try and keep it alive, but just a little too much on that pass, and it will be a Charlotte throw. And here comes Ottawa's second substitution. As it will be Onwo Obasi replacing Chris Manella in midfield. So Ottawa's used two of their three potential subs. 63rd minute. And Fury leading 3-1 over Charlotte. Independents win a throw, Mansali. Sends it forward, headed back by Adekora. Moves it into the Ottawa half. Now the cross coming in from Jones. Of course, goes towards the far corner flag, and free kick conceded here by Obasi, and he's going to go into the referee's book here, the third Ottawa player to earn a yellow card. Chris Manella's been substituted, so just two on the pitch now on a yellow, Obasi and Nana Adekora.
Well, this is something that you don't want to give away too many of these against a team that's down to 10 men, because that's where we know that Charlotte can threaten, is on set pieces. It's certainly going to be tougher for them within the run of play, so big moment for Fury FC here.
And Sally's been dangerous. He's already provided the delivery on the only Charlotte goal. This ball cuts across. Here's a shot, and oh, that's bad luck if you're Charlotte. Nicky Jackson got all of that. Looked like it was headed maybe near the top corner, and he hit his own man in the head, and Hugh Roberts, and goes out for a goal kick. I guess that's the kind of day it's been now for the Independents. 65th minute, Fury leading 3-1.
Well, we talked about it in the early going of this game, AJ. Through half an hour, they looked in complete control, and you said, well, this team is better than what their record shows, but you've just seen them fall apart in the last 35 minutes of this game, leading into halftime. Some unforced errors of their own, and then just the emotion, kind of a frustration taking over their game and not playing the way that we saw through the opening half hour. And, you know, I haven't seen all 12 of Charlotte's games this year, but that could well be perhaps why this team isn't firing on all cylinders like they were in the first half an hour of this match.
Yeah, the first and third goals, real quality from Ottawa Fury FC, but that second goal, if you're a Charlotte fan, inexcusable. Fury comfortably in possession inside their own half. Ward now to Barnathan. Ward now to Val Foul. Fernanda Adakura. Ahead, Carl Howarth. Foul. To Ward. Here's Adakura. Ball in the air, headed away by Tico. Francois trying to close down Tico, and foul, claiming he got hit in the face. Referee says play on. Adakura moves it ahead, and Ottawa has it at the halfway line. Foul. Now to Moore Sam. Head towards Cristiano Francois. Terrific work by him to get it to Aiden Daniels. Now Ward. Wide left, here's Obasi for Gagnon Lapare. Foul as Ottawa with the lion's share of possession here. Moore Sam, great footwork, gets it wide right to Carl Howarth. Quick little 1-2, Howarth into the middle, Daniels, now to Gagnon Lapare. Gives it a go, and not able to breach the Charlotte defense as they look to counter. Down the left, it's Nicky Jackson. Adakura in his pocket. Jackson plays it back. Taku. His ball read well by Obasi, but unable to get to it as closed down Endam. Now it's played wide left for Jones. And good defending by Carl Howarth as he looks to spring more Sam on the counter, and the ball goes out of touch. It will be a Charlotte throw. 69th minute, 3-1 Ottawa Fury. Let's head down pitch side. Here's Tyler McDonald.
Thank you very much. A couple of notes coming on both sides for Charlotte. What was a very loud and energetic first half has gone very quiet on the Charlotte bench. Not as many instructions coming out from head coach Jim McGinnis. For Ottawa Fury, it was quiet to start off. Now Nikola Popovic getting a little more animated on the team bench, trying to make sure his team don't lose their heads and lose concentration in this match. We've seen a couple of times now where Fury FC turned the ball over on miscommunication. So for Fury FC, keeping their heads, and they're also trying to double team the ball when Charlotte has it, putting two men, taking advantage of the numerical advantage they have now. Back to you guys.
Off the throw, Foul looking to turn just inside the Charlotte penalty area. Unable to, but Ottawa back in possession. It's Obasi. Center circle, Charlie Ward. Foul. One touch looking to find Sam, but broken up by Martinez, and Sam wins it back. And it'll be an Ottawa throw here in the 70th minute. Here's Sam. Into the middle, Gagnon Lapare. Ward. Now to Barnathan. Wide left, Obasi. Gagnon Lapare. For Charlie Ward. Wide right, Carl Howarth. Here's Howarth. Good ball. Comes through. Francois with a shot, and Tico, that was Hugh Roberts, got in the way, and it'll be an Ottawa corner here in the 70th minute.
Well, great vision from the Fury captain to play that one over top of the defense, and Cristiano Francois with a good first touch to bring it down, but was closed down by Roberts in time before he could find the target.
So here's the right-footed outswinging corner. Far corner flag from Carl Howarth. Comes back to Onwo Obasi. Now Daniels for Gagnon Lapare. Charlie Ward. Gagnon Lapare. Obasi. Daniels. Ward. Foul. Back inside the Ottawa half. It's Barnathan. Foul. Leaves it for Sam. Now to Foul. Wide right, Howarth. Fury captain now to Francois. Quick turn. Into the middle, Gagnon Lapare. Over on the left, Obasi. Gagnon Lapare. Ward. Foul. Back inside the Ottawa half. It's Barnathan. Foul. Leaves it for Sam. Now to Foul. Wide right, Howarth. Fury captain now to Francois. Quick turn. Into the middle, Gagnon Lapare. Over on the left, Obasi. Back to Aiden Daniels. Gagnon Lapare for Obasi. Charlie Ward. Into the middle, Francois. Wide right, Howarth. 25 yards out. And he'll play it back for Valfal. And now it's inside the Ottawa half. Atakura. Ward. Foul. Now Francois. Couldn't get beyond Enzo Martinez, who got a foot in, and Charlotte back in possession here. So it's played back to the keeper, Anderson.
Well, that was some remarkable ball movement by Ottawa Fury FC. I wasn't counting, but it had to be north of 35, 40 passes for Ottawa in that last sequence.
Cristiano Francois thought he was caught, but referee says play on, and back comes Charlotte on the counter. It's moved wide right for Endom. And Obasi wins it straight away. As we enter the 73rd minute at TD Place. Fury lead 3-1. Dominic Oduro and Jorge Herrera about to come on as subs, but here comes Cristiano Francois down the right side. Oh, he puts it off the bar as he had the keeper Anderson beat. Once again, that terrific pace down the right from Cristiano Francois, and the Haitian had Anderson beat, but rang it off the woodwork.
Well, that was an impressive run, and from a tricky angle, he clanks it off the crossbar. Zion Jones coming out now in place of Jorge Herrera.
Yeah, 2 substitutions. Nicky Jackson also coming off, and all comes Dominic Oduro. So we'll see if this changes the fortunes of the Charlotte Independents. They're down to 10 men, but still can't be counted out here. 3-1, 74th minute. Ottawa, they've been terrific really since scoring the opening goal. They've dominated the proceedings. Sometimes you can be guilty of changing things when you're up a man, but for Ottawa, they've just grabbed more control of the game and more possession since that red card to Joel Johnson. Charlotte looks to answer now. Martinez plays it forward.
And Thomas Mayer-Giguère getting his kid on as he'll be Nikola Popovic's third and final sub as Carl Howard takes a late challenge from Jorge Herrera after releasing the ball.
He's up on his knees, and Jorge Herrera helps him up. Veteran Colombian. Howler's okay, and Fury with a free kick inside their own half. Here's Ward wide left for Obasi. Sounds like Charlie Ward's going to come off, so that means probably Dakota Barnathan will push forward into that holding midfield role. And Mayer-Giguère is, they look to spring Oduro, and beyond the 18-yard box, Callum Irving forced to come out and block that and ensure that he didn't get alone on goal. But, yeah, back to what should be the last substitution is Thomas Mayer-Giguère getting last-second instructions from Nikola Popovic on the Ottawa bench. He will likely come in alongside Nana Atakura at the back, and Barnathan will replace Charlie Ward in that holding midfield role.
Ward, Howarth, Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, Cristiano Francois, and once Thomas Mayer-Giguère comes into this game, will be the 5 Fury players that have featured in every game for the club so far this season.
Ooh, hard challenge by Mansali. It is a conceded throw as Ottawa will have it just inside the Charlotte half, and on comes Mayer Jaguar to replace Charlie Ward.
Well, and the advantage of when you're playing this well for Nikola Popovic's side, you're able to give guys, your regular starters, more rest. And we've seen that throughout the course of this season, throughout the course of this, well, what should be a 6-match unbeaten run, but we've still got minutes to go in this game. But Nikola Popovic has been able to give guys like Val Fall and Charlie Ward some extra rest in games. Even Kevin Oliveira, who's out injured today, where they may not otherwise. When you look last season when Ottawa was chasing games into the, well, almost to the very end. But with what they've been able to put together this season, despite even going down early in this one, Ottawa hasn't looked back since pulling this game level and have been in complete control ever since. And now with Charlotte down to 10 men, with Joel Johnson going off in the 59th minute, that much harder on the visitors.
Here comes Oduro down the left, and flag is up. It'll be an Ottawa throw. Played into Moore Sam. Halfway line. Back to Gagnon Laparé. Able to win it to Sam. Now Gagnon Laparé. Brought down. Free kick Ottawa inside their own half.
Well, there's a lot of talent, a lot of passion, a lot of energy in the player that is Enzo Martinez, but sometimes it's just a bit too much. He'd made a good play there. The ball had been played forward, but he pulls back on Gagnon Leparé, and the foul thwarts the opportunity of the Independents.
Shots are 10-4. And 6-1 on target for Ottawa in this one. And again, doesn't really tell the whole story of how Charlotte was the better team in the early parts of the first half. They were deserving 1-0 leaders on that set piece, headed home by Hugh Roberts, but kind of found their way by the half-hour mark. And boy, this has been one-way traffic ever since. Another Ottawa corner here, near corner flag, right-footed in-swinger. It is Carl Howarth, the captain, who will deliver. 5 players inside that 6-yard box, and they call a free kick Charlotte's way. Dakota Barnathan called for the foul.
Well, I'll say this, AJ, and we often compare everything to that 2015 season, and why not? That's the standard for this club in terms of measuring its success. But in that season, you know, that was when it was you were good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And sometimes you got the breaks, things went your way. And how many times over the last number of years have we seen this Fury FC side come out, play a good game, and not get a result, and maybe not have calls go their way or not have the ball find the back of the net, whether it's you're finding the woodwork, you're missing by an inch to the wrong side of the post.
This is terrific football. Comes now to Cristiano Francois, and he's thrown down. This should be a red card
sure,
and a penalty. Oh, that was terrific football that led to that. Referee waiting for that Charlotte defender to get up before he will make the decision here. And the red card will come out.
Well, it's already in his hand. He's waiting for Hugh Roberts to get to his feet.
It will be 9 men for Charlotte. There's no doubt about this. Hugh Roberts is off. And, I mean, that's a goal. If he doesn't do that, if you're going to get a red card, it's taking away a goal. It might come right back via penalty. But that was terrific stuff in the build-up to that goal.
Just... you can't say enough good things about Cristiano Francois and the effort that he puts in for sure a foul, as all he had to do was slot that into the empty net before Hugh Roberts brought him down. And it certainly looks like Val Fowl is the one that will be taking the spot kick for Ottawa here.
Someone needs to go down and tell them we need to see Ottawa history here. We need to see more Sam take this. Or
well,
maybe,
look, if Val Fowl scores, then they're both in the running for it.
Well,
so
maybe, you're
may
right.
the best man win the rest of this match.
That is true. So, Val Fowl will try to put Ottawa up 4-1 here in the 82nd minute from the spot. Steps up, and he stopped as Sam came in looking for the rebound. And Fowl went to his right. Curtis Anderson dove left and guessed the right way and made the save low with his left arm. Nice stop by Curtis Anderson to keep it 3-1, and now Anderson is down inside the Charlotte penalty area.
Yeah, he's hanging on to his left elbow, and he really had to dig in. It was placed reasonably well by Fall to that bottom right corner. But Anderson was committed to going that way and made a great save, as we see on camera here. Roberts heading to the locker room as Charlotte forced to finish now with 9 men.
They do have one more available sub. The backup keeper is Brandon Miller. Aaron Mond and Alex Martinez are also available off the bench, but it is 11v9, 83rd minute, and Ottawa leading 3-1, so you wouldn't bet against them picking up maybe another goal here.
Well, it could certainly do with it. Helps on the goal difference side of things, but
absolutely,
it's also something for Ottawa. Look at you know, you want to show that you know how, you know, the mark of a team that knows how to win. You know how to close out games. We've seen them doing that quite well this season, and now that you have this advantage with your opposition down to 9 men, to really put your foot down and pick up some extra goals and close this match out.
Aaron Mond will be the one who will come on for Charlotte, and in the end, what Hugh Roberts did, I mean, it's a red card, so he put his team down to 9 men, but he saved a goal there because that was clearly going to be the 4-1 goal. It's kind of like the Luis Suarez handball in the World Cup against Ghana. Not quite the same, but you know what I mean.
I'm following you. You said Suarez. I'm like, wait a minute. No one got bit here, but I get where you're going.
That was a handball that I think everyone could agree was a handball.
Yeah. No argument there.
So final substitution. Afram Taku comes off, and Aaron Mond replaces him. Both teams have used their 3 substitutes. It'll be a Charlotte throw. Again, Ottawa and Pittsburgh next Saturday before hosting Memphis 901 in 13 days' time. 2 teams near the bottom. Well, they're in the bottom third of the table, 13th and 14th, but you go to Pittsburgh and you know with Bob Lilly coaching, it's never an easy result to try and go and break through their always stout defense. They've got 12 points in 10 games. They've got a goal difference of 0. They've struggled to score, but they always play good defensive football.
Well, you always know what you're going to get against the Bob Lilly side, whether it's with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds or in his previous time with the Rochester Rhinos. And even before that, you always know what you're going to get with a Bob Lilly coach side. And it's been certainly a tough season for Pittsburgh compared to where they were last year, and some personnel changes, but there'll be a player, I think, in their starting 11 that'll be motivated for that game, and that's Steven DeSantos, as he'll look to try and put it to his former club next weekend.
Enzo Martinez not happy as he didn't like the Dominic Oduro foul call. It'll be a free kick for Ottawa inside their 18-yard box. 87th minute, 3-1 Fury. Let's hear now from Tyler McDonald. Tyler.
Thank you very much. And although the game may be decided when it comes to the score-wise, Nikola Popovic not happy with his squad right now because he feels like his 11 men have switched off after that final red card that we've seen. And he's looking for his team to try and get closer to the ball and pick things up a little bit here, because he doesn't want to see a goal conceded down with the numerical advantage, with his team not concentrating here on the field right now. So look for the heads to pick up a little bit for Fury. Back to you guys.
Well, they've won a free kick here, and this will be more Sam from 22 yards out, right of the edge of the penalty area. 88th minute, free kick for Ottawa. Sam steps up with the left foot, plays it into the middle, and a shot misses high from Aiden Daniels. Set play. Daniels unable to hit the target. It'll be a goal kick now for the visitors, Charlotte. 7 of the 14 that have hit the pitch today for Ottawa Fury, Canadians, including Aiden Daniels coming off the bench. Of course, Callum Irving in goal. Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, Nana Adekora, Carl Howarth, Chris Manella, Thomas Mayer-Jaguar as well. Charlotte in possession. It's Endom back to the keeper, Anderson. And he'll launch it into the Ottawa half. Header won there by Barnathan. Foul concedes a free kick, halfway line. Barring a late goal given up to Charlotte, Fury will move into the top 4 in USL East. Boy, wouldn't it be something if the USL East in the end came down to the two sides that left at the same time from the NASL.
Well, it'd be great
Tampa
when these
Bay
two
Rowdies leading the way on 29 points. Ottawa looking to cut that to 8 today. And here comes more Sam down the left. Lays it off. What unselfish play. And Cristiano Francois buries it. It's 4-1 Ottawa in the 90th minute. More Sam looking for the hat trick, but he said, here's the better chance at a goal. And Cristiano Francois buries it for a 3-goal Fury advantage.
Great look by Moore Sam to find Cristiano Francois to finally get the goal that he deserved, that he had taken away from him about 8-9 minutes ago, and calmly slots it past Curtis Anderson. 4-1 Ottawa Fury. Moore Sam on an absolute tear. 2 goals, 2 assists. He's doing it all for Ottawa here this afternoon. And Ottawa Fury FC are going to 4th spot in the USL Eastern Conference standings.
Well, I just love that. I mean, it's 3-1. You've got the 2 goals. How many people would have gone for goal? And he made the right play. That's where it's team first. Everyone preaches team first, but sometimes you don't always see it, and that was the epitome of it right there from Moore Sam. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and here comes Ottawa again. Francois, can he return the favor to Moore Sam? And it's a penalty. Penalty for Ottawa Fury. It's handball. And now, will we get the hat trick goal? Will they allow Moore Sam to take this penalty?
He's got the ball, and I don't think he's giving it up.
Come on. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. Let him have his chance. It will be more Sam looking for the hat trick here in second half stoppage time. If I'm not mistaken, has Ottawa ever scored 5 in a game before? You're our Fury historian here.
Yes, they have.
They did score 5 last year.
You'll remember a 5-3 win over the Richmond Kickers.
Okay. Well, here's an opportunity. It's more Sam from the spot. Here in the 92nd minute. Steps up and misses high. Oh, my. Well, that's not going to take away from the performance today. But we will not, unless we see a goal in the next minute, we will not see the first hat trick in Ottawa Fury FC history. A 4-1 lead, and they've missed two penalties.
4-1, missed 2 penalties, and the opposition's down to 9 men. My goodness. My goodness.
Well, I think he's still our man of the match, Graham. And that won't take away from his performance, won't take away from this Ottawa performance. Here's Cristiano Francois. Dispossessed, and Martinez has it, wins a free kick. About 30 seconds left of stoppage time. Charlotte, I think, will just be happy to see this one end 4-1 and head back to North Carolina as they look to regroup.
Well, this is game number 11 for Ottawa. They've got 17 goals. It took them till game number 17 last year to score 17 goals.
A little pushing and shoving here, and this is where if you're Ottawa, hey, just back off. Don't worry about any of this stuff because you don't want to pick up on any unnecessary cards at this stage. Jake Armin and Val Fowl were the principal aggrieved parties in that dispute. And the referee, Matt Suare, is, I think, going to issue a yellow card to both Val Fowl and Jake Armin. And that's exactly the case. Well, final whistle probably moments away. Free kick launched high. It goes out of touch, and there is the final whistle. It's 3 points for Ottawa Fury FC, and it's a top 4 position for Ottawa. 4-1 the final, as Ottawa, after a slow start to this one, really taking over in the last 60 minutes.
Yeah, it's been an impressive performance for Ottawa today. And, you know, yes, more Sam, 2 goals, 2 assists, fantastic performance from him. But once they got that equalizer through Val Fowl, you just saw Ottawa's game take over. They got into their system, and they stayed in that shell, and it was fantastic to watch. It's what's allowed them to go now 6 matches unbeaten and climb the USL Eastern Conference table now to 4th. This team's for real, folks. They're playing fantastic soccer, and we saw it again here this afternoon.
Coming up next, it's our post-match show. Final score, Ottawa Fury FC 4, Charlotte Independence 1. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
These photos I had to dig for because I would hide from photos. I didn't want to be acknowledged. What I would say to my former self is just get started, just begin. Go into Good Life, meet with the trainer, go to a class, just start.
Come on, come on.
Come on, go make some friends.
It's so tough to give them a run in the city, but they really love it here. Be gentle, be gentle.
We're making friends. See the one that, well, it's just going in circles?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Off. Come on, time to go. Come here.
The all-new cross trick.
Come here. Now.
It's up for it.
Oh, no. Oh, there he goes.
I just shampooed him this morning.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jakubek, Graham Ivory with you as Ottawa with a comprehensive 4-1 victory over Charlotte. Fury FC into the top 4 in USL East.
Yeah, look, impressive performance from Ottawa. So many things I like about this game, especially with them going down 1-0 early in this game and not having a strong performance through the opening half hour. But Valfal gets the goal, set up by Morsam. Morsam then capitalizes on a horrendous defensive error by Charlotte. 2-1 Ottawa going into the locker room, and then it was all Ottawa Fury FC in that second half. Full value for all 3 points as they continue their dominance now. 6-match unbeaten streak, 4 wins, 2 draws, and most importantly of all, they're scoring goals.